Hi everyone. Today we're going to go over practicing a little bit more with our eighth notes and quarter rests. So we're going to identify the notes, clap out the rhythms while saying the solfege after we identify them, and then we will sing it. Okay, so let's get started. Identifying notes. So we have in the space, it spells face, so F-A-C-E. So we start on C. Again, same note. Then we have every good boy does fine, and that is our letter B. Those are both the same note. Then we go down a step to A, up a step to B, down a step to A, down a step to G. Then we have F, two of them. Then we have two G's, because we go up a step to G, up a step to A. Then we go down a step to G, up to A, up to B, and then that's not a note because it's a rest. Then we go back to C, two of them. Then we have two B's, down to A, up to B, down to A, down to G. Then we rest. Then we have F. Then we go down to E, up to F again, up to G, up to A, up to B, and then up to C is where we end. Okay, so let's start with the solfege now. So we know that the first note is typically do. Usually we start on the lower do, but in the last few cases we have done our exercises, we have started on the top do. So we know that we're in the key of C because there are no sharps or flats, which we haven't talked about yet, but for right now, know that there are no symbols or anything here, which means we're in the key of C. So the first note is C, so we're going to say that's do. Okay, this is also do. Then we go down to T. Then La, up to T, back down to La, then Sol, then Fa, back up to Sol, two of them, then up to La, down to Sol, up to La, up to T, we rest, and then we start back again on Do, down to T, down to La, up to T, back down to La, down to Sol, and then we rest. And then we have F right there. Let me hold that out here. F for Fa. And then we go down, right? So Mi, back up to Fa, up to Sol, up to La, up to T, and then we end on Do. Okay? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to point out the eighth notes so that we remember where they are. We will clap this out here as soon as I identify those, and then we'll sing it, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're solid there. We have 1. Here we go. Beat 2 is our eighth notes, right? So 2 and. So every eighth note is a half beat, so we say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So we'll do 1 and 2 and this is a half note, so we'll say 3 and 4 and, if we were to count it out as an eighth note. All right, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're solid there. We have 1 and 2 again. So 2 and, okay. And 3, and then we rest. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good there. 1. Beat 2 again, 2, and 3, we rest, 1, 2, and we have 3, 4, good there, 1, beat 2 again, 2, and then 3, 4 for a half note. Okay, now, what I want us to do is we're going to clap this out and say the solfege together. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to go 1, 2, ready, and so do, do, ti, ti, la, ti, la, sol, fa, fa, sol, sol, la, sol, la, ti, rest, do, do, ti, ti, la, ti, la, sol, rest. Fa, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay? So I'm going to start with the low do first, and then I'll move up to the high do, and then we will do it together, okay? So low do is do, high do is do. So here we go, ready? 1, 2, ready, and do, do, ti, la, sol, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. How'd you do? Hopefully you did well. All right, now we're going to move on to the next exercise. So now we're going to do the exact same thing we did with the last exercise. So we're going to identify the notes, identify the solfege, point out the 8 notes, clap that out with the solfege, and then sing it, okay? So let's get started with this one, okay? Sorry about that, scooting that over there. So we start on the same note we did before. So C, right? It's the exact same note. And then same deal, B, right? Down a step to A, down a step to G, up a step to A, up a step to B, up a step to C, down a step to B, up a step to C, down a step to B, down a step to A, and then we land on G for 2 beats. We got to rest. Down a step to F here, up to G, up to A, then up to B. Then we have C here, then B, then A, G, F, up to G, up to A, up to B, and then we land on C again. So again, we are still in the key of C because we don't have anything in front of, or any symbols around this area. So if we did, it would be another story. So for right now, we know we're in the key of C. Excuse me. Okay, now we're going to identify the solfege, and then we're going to clap that out. So let's do solfege. So we know that that's the high do, right? Because that's where we were last time. Ti, down to la, down to sol, la. Up to T, up to do. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you. If I am, just let me know, and I would be more than happy to go over this with you a little bit slower. So here we go. Then T, then we go up to do, down to T, down to la, down to sol, and then we rest. Then we go down a step from sol here to G, down to fa on F, fa, and sol, up to la, up to T, and we know C is do, and we go to T, la, down to sol, down to fa, up to sol, up to la, up to T, and then again we end on do, which is nice and easy. So we start on do, end on do. So same deal. Let's clap this out. But beforehand, I'm going to point out those 8 notes again, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, so we're solid there. And 1, here we go, 2, so beat 2. So it's not always going to be on beat 2, but in this particular case of exercises we're working on, it's on beat 2. There's one exception toward the end here. So here we go. So then beat 3, then we have beat 1, 2, and again. Here we go, so 2 and then 3. 2 beats here, 1, 2, and then we have a rest, so 3, 1, and then 2 and 3, so 2 and we have 1, 2, and 3 again. Getting the hang of this, hopefully. We have 1, so this one's a little different, right? We have 1 and this one's not on beat 2. Then 2, 3, and then we have 3 beats for our dotted half note, okay? So now what I'm going to have us do is clap this rhythm out, saying the solfege, and then again we'll sing it just like we did last time, okay? So let's do that together, okay? So I'll start you nice and slow. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. So do, ti, la, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then we hold that out for 3 beats. So do, okay? So what I'm gonna have us do now is sing it just like we did last time. So I'm gonna start on the low do first, then I'm gonna go on the high do, and then we'll sing the whole thing through, okay? So low do first. Do, high do, do. Ready? Nice and slow. So 1, 2, 3, ready, and do, ti, la, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, sol, la, ti, do. How'd you do? That one's a little tricky. Hopefully it wasn't too difficult for you, and you're getting the hang of this thing now that we've been practicing it for a while. Thank you so much for participating with me, and I will see you next time.